We left you last week with a slightly warmer boat shed, and this week we're continuing to get ready for winter. But things never quite go as planned. I'm Taryn, this is Logan, and this is Max. Our life rarely goes as planned, and this story is no different. But we are determined to rebuild our beautiful steel boat, even stronger than she was before. And we're bringing you along with us. After installing a tarp at the end of the boat shed, we decided that it was going to make more sense to tarpon the entire boat in order to cut down on condensation and so that we could control the temperature a bit more. Of the boat where we are polying it in, we want to be able to roll that up so that we can get airflow and be able to move back and forth and whatever else, because we've got a lot of things that involve gases still that we've got to do. So because of that, I am at our sea can, which is where we store all of our junk right now and, half the boat, to try to find some lines that we can use to be able to pull that front bit up and down kind of like a door. So yeah, let's see if we can actually find something inside this giant mess of a sea can. All the pieces of the boat just living in here, just casually hanging out, So now I have to find lines that are about 45 feet. Maybe those ones right there. We'll find out soon. I think I moved every single bundle of rope or line or whatever you want to call it before I found one that was going to work. Alright, so this is what I ended up with. We've got two different lines. Not sure how long they are, but they should be long enough. And then the bridle from the front of the dinghy, which you may or may not remember when we first got the boat. This was on the front. You can take that apart and use it for something. So yeah, that's what we ended up with.
cool is that?
Oh yeah.
That's not too bad, eh?
That's freaking
No,
awesome.
that is
perfect.
awesome.
Okay, let it down.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, there we go.
Beauty.
Teamwork.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
Nice.
Mm.
That's all done. That worked really well. Let's take a look at what it looks like inside.
Furnace oil is decent.
Yeah.
Crazy. A little bit warmer in here, not much. But I bet if the sun was out, it'd be quite a bit warmer. And then this is our other door space. So that should definitely keep us warmer and less humid. Pretty cool though. We had the first night with the boat pretty much fully tented in. The only thing that's not tented in is like a small amount of the mezzanine. As you can see, the humidity is pretty high around here. So let's go up onto the boat and see if it made any difference. Can't really tell from here, but there isn't any humidity on the boat. Oh, well according to this, we're at like 79% humidity. That's pretty awesome. We're at 2 degrees, 1 degree. Alright, it's pretty much the same out here. It's 1 degree warmer. So today was maybe not the best day for this experiment. But at least it's still dry on the boat. We decided that the best way to achieve our temperature needs is going to be to add a heater to the shop. So Logan pulled out an old oil furnace that his uncle had laying around and decided to get it up and running. Why are you so happy, Logan?
It's on.
It's running? Because it was on before and it was blowing out a lot of white smoke.
No, it's running right now.
It's creating heat and stuff?
Yeah, check it out. It's fire.
Ooh, fancy.
That's warm. We need to build a base for the furnace because the hot air blows out of the bottom. So we found this thing here that's about the right size. So the air is going to blow down and out this way. So I've got to build a frame here. So I've just notched in the ends and then the furnace will sit on top of that. And I've got to build legs going down, a frame on the bottom, and somewhere we can pick it up with a forklift and move it around.
I went to work building that frame. Well, we almost had everything winterized before the snow hit. So today should be the last day of getting things running, and then we should have a furnace up and running and should be able to keep the boat warm enough throughout the winter to keep projects moving forward, so that's exciting. But it is snowing right now, and it snowed last night. It warmed up enough for things to start melting, and then it froze again. So it's at about -1 degrees right now.
Buddy.
Who's got a jacket?
Oh, were you cold? Are you cold?
Because it's
Hey.
snowy. Oh, good boy.
He's terrified of Max's cone.
Yep, he is. This time last year, there wasn't any snow, but it was absolutely pouring rain. This was like about the time that all the flooding happened. So this is definitely better than that for us, but it's pretty rare to have this cold of weather around here this time of year. It's usually December, January that it hits, and it's only November, but it's pretty. It's not super cold. And soon we will still have a heated shop area, so it won't really matter that much what's going on outside.
Well, it's a couple of degrees warmer inside the tent than it is outside. It's currently 2 degrees in there, and
It's about -1 out here.
yeah,
And you had the heater running inside the boat all weekend?
so the boat's probably just radiating that extra heat because we're not fully closed in yet. So we still have that to do.
What is that?
Collar I made. Piece of garbage.
Whoa! Damn it. And then it was time to fire it up. Ta-da! But of course, it couldn't be that simple.
I've changed nothing. other than wiring this to a thermostat. Which I don't think is our issue anyways. I've been trying to get this oil furnace going for the last 3 days. I've got the chimney built. It comes out up there. We had the oil furnace running. Everything was good. We put it in place and now it will not run. We're having issues with the fuel. So today I've gotten some new fuel and I'm going to be doing adjustments to the nozzle and igniters. Everything's pretty worn out and in pretty rough shape, but it should still work fine. So this is the nozzle.
So that pulls fuel through?
Well, fuel gets pushed through here.
Okay.
So this nozzle comes out and you can pull it apart and clean it. So I did that yesterday and it still didn't help. It made it a little bit better, but it still wasn't atomizing the fuel correctly.
Okay.
And these little guys are where the spark goes across to ignite it.
Okay.
They're the igniters. So there's this transformer. This sits inside here like that. And these little guys contact here and it runs a spark through there.
Okay.
So I adjusted this today because these are supposed to be pointy and the tips have burnt right off of them.
Really?
So it's well used. Everything about this burner is well used. Like, this is not supposed to have big cracks and stuff in it.
Crazy.
But it does. We don't have another one, so we're just gonna use it. But yeah, so I've replaced the filter, I've redone the lines into it, plumbed into it, and it still wouldn't work. And then I did a bit of research and I found that there is a little filter in here.
It looks real gucky.
And it is completely plugged. So this is on the pump. This is the fuel pump on the side here.
Okay.
So I've taken the fuel pump housing off and it's full of crud. This is full of crud. And that's getting in, like not allowing enough fuel to go in, so it'll start pulling air through the gasket on the side.
Okay.
And that's Andrew Sherritt phoning me back.
All right. Moments of truth coming up here, or what?
No, not quite yet. This is the old gasket here.
Okay.
You can see how rough a shape that's in. And this is the new one.
Cool. So it's just cork?
Yeah.
So is this one, that blackened one, supposed to look pretty much like that? Like, is all
Well,
the black?
this is a little thicker. But yeah, this is all just dirty fuel and...
That's crazy. So that's actually all cork, but you can't even really tell that the black stuff is cork.
Yeah. Like this is a really thin cork and this is a thicker cork, but this is all I can get. So hopefully it works. That's what the screen looks like when it's cleaned out.
Sweet. Well, that looks a heck of a lot better.
Yeah. Hopefully I didn't damage it. So there's a lot of fuel coming out. It seems kind of aerated, but we're gonna try it anyway. Because we can.
So when you say it's aerated, do you think that's the gasket or something letting air in?
Yeah. Like it's pulling air from somewhere.
Yeah. Just not sure where.
But I think it's through this gasket here. It's not.
Because it's too thick.
It's not a perfect gasket. It's not really the right gasket for this, but it's all I have.
Yeah, and like cork's pretty porous, isn't it? So
Yeah,
like, if it was too
well, it's
thick,
rubberized cork gasket, so it's not
not actual cork.
actual cork. Okay, I'm gonna move this, and we're gonna try and fire this thing up
All right.
to see if we can make fire.
Woo!
Kind of. Not very good though.
No. Did it just kick itself off?
Because it's not atomizing the fuel. I think it's because it's got air in it. Well, that's the closest I've gotten it so far.
That's definitely better than it was 2 days ago, that's for sure.
But I think I'm still pulling air through this gasket. So that sucks.
That means you're waiting for a new gasket.
That means I'm going to try and find some better gasket material.
Okay. Cool.
But at least we know now that it's
That's
we're
what
on
the
the right
problem was.
track.
Yeah, for sure. That's exciting.
Yeah, definitely the best that it's been. But it's still not very good.
You bleeding it again?
Looks good.
Woo.
Still not getting a complete burn.
No? Ugh, so smoky.
All it was.
2 days work, 1 gasket, and 1 filter clean.
Oh Jesus.
What? Is there a ton of smoke?
Yep.
What's
Like
that?
a lot of smoke.
Oh, ew. That's not good.
It's not good at all.
No. Ugh.
Holy shit.
What happened? Something lit on fire? Ooh, smelly.
Don't. Is it out yet? Nope.
Something lit on fire inside.
It's still on fire inside.
Shit.
It'll go out eventually.
When you opened the door, there was like a perfect ring of smoke that blew out the pipe. Do you know what it is that's on fire?
Fuel? Diesel?
Oh, is it? Well, I guess that's good news because it will burn itself out.
It's old fuel.
Maybe it's from 2 days ago when you had
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's probably exactly what it is.
I just don't know how to get in there to clean that out. And this sucks because it's still on fire.
Is there any way to like cut the oxygen off to it? Oh yeah, it's way slower up here at least. So a week ago when we had this furnace running and we had it put in place, we were like, sweet, this is gonna be great. On Monday we'll just fire it up, we'll be ready to go. How wrong we were.
Still burning in there.
Is there anything wrong with just like letting it burn itself out?
We'll be here for a while.
Yeah. So this is going to be the moment of truth. Is the furnace going to start? Is it going to run? Is it going to warm up our little shop? We're about to find out.
I went online and looked at
It's running! That's so exciting. That means we have heat. And you know what that means? We can actually get some painting done this winter. You can feel it definitely pulling air through, so I feel some cold air too, because we're not completely closed in yet. We'll have to do that today. But holy heckin' is that exciting. That means that we should be able to start painting tomorrow. I just have to, you know, up my game and finish all the prep. So that's what I'm gonna go do now. Join us next week to see our technique for properly prepping steel surfaces for paint without using a sandblaster. And thanks so much for being here with us and watching our videos. We really appreciate you. Extra big shout out to our patrons for giving us that extra boost. See you next week.